Right. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever this is that you're watching this. My name's Kate Cherry, and I'm the Regional Director of the Athena Network in Bedfordshire and St Albans. And I'm joined here today by the wonderful Jasmine Mbye of the Like Me CIC. Hi, Jasmine. We've
Hi.
known each other a good few years, actually, haven't we? And you've now been a
Indeed.
member, you're in your second year with Athena Bedford. I
Yes.
think we met in Luton at an event and we tried to trace it back, didn't we? And it's
Oh,
been
get
a
it.
number of years, and we just, someone out there watching this who know I introduced you both, please tell us, because
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
know how I crossed paths with this wonderful woman. But I'm so pleased to have her in the Athena network. And actually, you visited an Athena summer do, didn't you, just before the C word, before COVID? I
Yes, that's
remember.
right. And it was the
And
Bedford
you,
one. And that was before
yes,
I actually moved to Bedford. So I was like, imagine
yes.
that. How it all worked out.
Exactly. It's all, everything happens for a reason. So, this is a member spotlight, a member interview where I like to highlight our wonderful members and get to know them a bit better, spread the good word about the work they do and how they came to do it and their view on networking and Athena. And so, I'm going to dive right in with Jasmine here today and say, Jasmine, please tell us, what does your business do and how does it help people?
Thanks for this opportunity, Kate. So my business is a speaking and training organization. I'm a speaker and trainer. And what we do is we empower women to basically find the leader within themselves and to develop their leadership capacities through our empowering speaking and training that we deliver, mainly so that women can basically advocate better for themselves, so that they can overcome obstacles that they may encounter, things like low self-esteem, low confidence, things that are like I've endured abuse, whatever the challenges are that they have, kind of like that can be a stumbling block, enabling them to overcome that, to therefore unleash their potential. We all have potential. It's about us releasing that into the world. And so that means that they're then enabled to advance in their life, in their careers, and in their businesses. And so we do that through our training and through the speaking.
I love that. And you have also a passion for the younger generation, don't you? I know you feel really strongly about us developing a community of strong young women, don't you?
Definitely, definitely. When I was kind of doing my previous business, people would always say to me, "Why don't you work with girls?" And I was like, "No, no, no." And then when I was having my daughter, I thought the whole pregnancy I was having a boy because I didn't do the little reveal thing. And then literally like pushed her out, and it was like, "It's a girl." And I went, "Huh?" And then I literally was like, "Okay, God, I really take that as a sign that I'm supposed to work with girls because yeah, I've got been blessed with a beautiful baby girl." Who's now 5, not a baby. But yeah, that really created in me a desire to work with young girls, because I'll do my best to make sure that she doesn't have the obstacles that I had. She'll have her own, I'm sure, but that she doesn't have the ones that I had. But I just want to be able to impact the girls like me who may not have been able to have a bit of a smoother path, to enable them to get the path as smooth as possible, as soon as possible, rather than working through what I was at an adult age.
Hence the Like Me CSC.
That's where the like me comes from. It's the women like me, the girls like
Women,
me. Yeah,
women who are like me, absolutely.
yeah,
And
yeah.
how did you shared a bit about your journey there, and the idea behind working with younger women, but how did you come to start your business? What was the driver? What's your background?
Okay, so I have been a trainer. You can see the grey hairs on the screen. I haven't dyed them yet, but I've been a trainer for quite a few years. I've done instructional training, technical training, always wanted to do personal development. And now what I realize is actually leadership development. I believe we're all leaders. So leadership development, training. And I was working with an organization whilst running my previous business, and my time in the organization came to a head. I was made redundant. I was pregnant with my daughter. So I'm thinking about going off on pregnancy with a little baby, going to be coming back from maternity leave, only to not have anything to go back to, because I parked the business I was running just before I got made redundant. So I actually had nothing. And then just thought, what am I going to do? After having my daughter, I thought, am I going to get a job? Just had no joy there, and thought, right, after I went to the Women Like Me conference in Luton, I was like, this is what I want to do. And was inspired to start the Women Like Me from there.
That's amazing. And then, so I've kind of known you through that journey, I
Yes,
guess.
that's
But
right.
you're someone who and I can't believe you haven't mentioned it yet, but you must go and see Jasmine's TED Talk. Which it's on her socials and on her LinkedIn page, but I find you're someone who, you have so much to give, but you keep this big story behind you,
Mm.
and you just focus on what you deliver and how you help people, don't you? And it's
Yeah.
almost as if I'm teasing out, but tell them about this, tell them about that. But go
Yeah.
and see Jasmine's TED is it TEDx?
TedX, yes.
TEDx talk, which will tell you a little bit more about her background and how she came to care so much about empowering women. But I'm going to chuck in another question. What are you most proud of in your business journey?
That I stuck at it,
Completely on the
actually.
spot.
Yeah, because there were points in the journey where I'm just like, oh, this is just not going the way that I expected. Like, I'm slugging my guts out. I'm working so hard and I'm just not seeing the reward. I'm putting everything into it. And I had a business that was based on income, was just a hobby because it wasn't providing me much income generation. And I'm like, what is this? Like, where am I going? And so the fact that I stuck at it. And so when you're talking about my TEDx, that year was a year that I had a major shift because I got myself some mentorship, joined a group that was all about helping people to develop their businesses. And that really led to things turning around. But there were times when I was so close to just thinking, oh, maybe I'm not cut out for this and chucking in the towel. But I stuck at it because, as you're saying, I do care. I want to make that difference in the lives of women and girls. And I do believe that, there are some people who, by hearing my story and seeing what I'm managing to do and just the way that I do it, it's going to impact them in a way that, we all can do the same thing, but we're all going to do it slightly differently, and I've found peace in that. Once I was like, why am I going to be a trainer or another coach? There's so many, like, why? But actually, why? Because I'm me, and me being me will just resonate that bit more for a certain group of people, and will help them get on further on their journey than they might otherwise have done. So
And I
yeah.
think you're an amazing speaker as well. So the way you articulate yourself when you're speaking, whether it's training or telling your story, I think it just hooks people in as well. Anyway, and I think so many people must be watching. That must be resonating with them. The whole, my business feels like a hobby. I'm not paying the mortgage. Do I just jack it in and get a job? So many people must have gone through that, and unfortunately actually given in to that and gone back.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. I've got a full-time job. I couldn't pay the bills.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you stick with it and get the right support, that's incredible, isn't
That's
it?
it.
What led to you joining Athena? So you visited an Athena event with me not long after we met,
Mm.
and then you joined Athena. So why did you join, and how have you found it, and how's it benefited you?
I joined Athena because of you, to be quite honest. Kate, they say people don't buy people, but people do. Like, you are an amazing, like, you are a networker. Like, if you want an advert for networking, it's Kate. So you're an amazing networker. You've always made such fantastic introductions for me. Literally, if you think of anyone, and I wasn't in the Athena group, and you would still make these amazing introductions for me. And so that's what really made me want to join the group, even though when we first met, the training delivery that I had was on the days. I was in the business as a solopreneur. So if I couldn't show up, I just couldn't show up. So there was no one to kind of step in for me. So it was like, oh man, I haven't been able to join for however long, but you still did what you do, which is just connect people. And so it was one of those things I thought I want to join. What I like about the Athena network as a whole is the way it's structured. So I think it blends the best of, I don't know, want to mention names, but I've been to the BNI, and that's not for me. I don't like to get up that early in the morning, but you know what I mean? But it's very structured, and and whatever else. Athena has some of that structure, which I do think works, but it's not in the same vein. Like, I feel that feels a bit rigid. I think it doesn't feel rigid, but it feels structured. It does encourage people, make connections, let's do business with one another, but not in this let's do business now. Like, you feel pressured, like, oh my God. And so that's what I really like about the Athena groups. You get to make connections, real connections. You get to develop yourself and your business. And I do feel like, although I'm in business, I do feel like, oh, someone needs someone, I'm like, oh, I can help you. And that's really good, I think, in business, to be that, a term that I was heard years ago, be the go-to person. And Athena allows you to be that, because if someone says they need something, you be like, oh, do you know what? I can probably find someone for you to help them. And so business isn't always about someone buying what you have to offer, because you may not be able to solve their problem, but you might be, as in personally, but you might know someone who can. But then what that does do is, when they have a problem that you can solve, they're going to think of you because you've helped them. And people, generally speaking, are very reciprocal in nature. So Athena allows you to do that, which I think is brilliant.
I love that, Jasmine. Thank you. And someone said to me recently, it's less about, we say building relationships all the time, but a different way to word it would be building a business friendship community, a community of business
Mm,
friends, which is essentially, that's what we're saying when we say build relationships, isn't it?
yeah.
What tip would you, briefly, what tip would you have for someone looking, another woman looking to start their business?
I would say get some support. The reason that this business, even though I felt like giving up at some points, but the reason that this business has succeeded where other businesses, plural, have failed, is because I got support in this. I was a one-page businesswoman, you know. I'm always like, I do the brochures and the business cards and all the aesthetics, nice stuff, but not have the substance. So get support, get yourself. I thankfully was unemployed. It turned out to be a good thing, because I got support from the job centre to start my business through mentorship then with like Exian and someone like that. So there's lots of people out there that can help you. Get a business coach, but just get support, because that's going to help you see, we've all got blind sides, what those blind sides are, to think about those things that you wouldn't otherwise, and to challenge you. And we need that.
Yeah.
And so that would be my
We're
support.
sometimes a bit too close, aren't we? We're too close to it and we
Oh,
can't see
far
the other
too.
stuff. We need someone else to point things out. And
Yeah.
also, we sometimes focus on the nitty gritty of setting up our shop without actually having anyone to talk to. And then
Exactly
you're
that.
all set
All of
up
this
and
is
there's no one
nice.
walking through the door with that. Yeah, amazing. So tell us, what's next for you in your business, and do you have a call to action for people?
Oh, so I do have some exciting things coming up. The business is oriented to work more with the corporate space now. So I'm liaising with organizations and delivering leadership or empowerment programs with them. But I have a heart to work with individual women who may want to come to work with us directly, or who may be business owners that want to develop themselves in their leadership capacity. So over the summer, I will be creating the Empowered Female Leader Program, which I'm really looking forward to launching. It's going to be kind of like September, October time. So look out for it, because it will be coming up soon. Happy to share that. So yeah, that's what I think ladies can be looking forward to, coming post the summer.
Brilliant. And I'll add into that, you've got your empowerment scorecard as well, haven't you? Which is sitting in my inbox, which I did
Yes.
complete. And it's quite a
Mm,
nifty little tool that you can go in and complete. So, Jasmine, when you see this come out, make sure you add in a comment your scorecard link so that
I
people
will do.
can
Get
click
some
into
free
that.
feedback, and you get an insight call as well, where we can meet and talk about that and see, where there could be some development opportunities, and that can lead into, seeing what we might be able to do to support someone on their development journey. So yeah.
Amazing. So whether it's corporates or individuals, you'd love those connections as well. I want to thank
Mhm.
you for coming on today, and thank you everybody for listening and hearing. We're truly hearing about someone else's business, and not just
Mhm.
the business card version, but really where they came from, what they did to get where they are now, and some tips as well on networking, and some great tips on starting your business. So thank you, Jasmine, for your time. If you'd like to visit Jasmine's group, ping me or any of our other Athena groups. We're national and then in some other countries as well. But I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Thank you, Jasmine.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.